Not making that 200K yet, but you still want to know how to attract high value, high quality women? Stick around and I'll show you how. Hello and welcome to the Warrior King YouTube channel and podcast. My name is Michael Riggs. I'm a full-time author, artist, and entrepreneur here to assist you on your journey to unlocking masculinity, manliness, and the warrior spirit within. There's a lot to cover here in this episode, so make sure that you stick around for the full talk, or definitely come back and finish it later if you get cut off. This is all very valuable information when it comes to dating, and we'll show you how to show that you are a high value man even when you can't prove it yet. Now, I know that this is very uncertain times for young men dating, and there's a ton of content out there, especially on TikTok and YouTube, that reinforces these limiting beliefs and give you a feeling of hopelessness, that dating is hopeless, you're never gonna find a woman, and it's just kind of the times that we're living in. I think it's very unfortunate, but I want to kind of squash a lot of those myths and give you some more confidence in pursuing high value women and to let you know that such a thing even still exists. So like I said, lots to cover here, so let's dive right into it. There is a lie right now spreading like wildfire throughout the masculine community and throughout social media that you're unable to get dates because women's expectations and standards are too high. And first of all, I just want to come right out of the gate here and say the women in those videos aren't real high quality, high value women. They're crafted narcissists and the product of this kind of twisted society that we're living in. They always pick the worst examples. They pull those women on because they know that they'll get dumb answers from them. They know that their answers will get the most engagement, and these videos are designed and crafted very well to go viral, but the problem with that is that they are taking away from men's confidence and giving these false limiting beliefs that that's how all women are. That's the viewpoint of all women, and the reason that you can't find dates and the reason that women aren't interested and attracted in you is because their standards are way too high. And not only is that limiting because it's just simply not true, but it's also limiting because it takes the blame away from yourself and kind of gives you an excuse to not level up your life and become the best possible version of yourself that you can be, because the reason that she's not interested in you or the reason that they're not interested in you or find you attractive is because there's something wrong with them. And that's just simply not true. And like I said, I'm going to show you how to show that you're a high value man and in turn attract real high quality, high value women. Real high quality, high value women still exist. How do I know? I'm married to one of the best wives and mamas God ever put on this earth. She's beautiful, she's sexy, she's smart, she's a good mama, she's a good wife, she's everything, way more than I could ever have expectations for. So I know for a fact that they still exist. It's just a matter of finding them and proving your value and where you're going in life and what your ambitions are, just like I had to prove myself to her. Now, I've seen lots of these videos, the ones that I mentioned before, and I know that there are women out there whose viewpoints are twisted and the things that they say are really super stupid. I'm not denying that. I know that that's a thing and I know that it's real, but like I said, those aren't real high quality, high value women, and they're definitely not worthy of being your queen if you respect yourself and if you know your value as a warrior king and as a strong masculine man. Now, as far as women's standards and expectations when it comes to dating and relationships and marriage, you have to understand that women have been taught their value. They have been taught that they are precious. They have been taught that they are beautiful, and valuing themselves in that way, that they are high quality, high value women and that they shouldn't settle for bullshit, there is nothing wrong with that. Like when I look at my two daughters, I never think to myself, she should think that she's less than settle for some low level goon and not have such high standards. No, she should think that she is a princess. She should think that she is valuable. She should settle for nothing but the best and the best future that is provided for her by a strong and decent, confident, powerful, protecting and providing man. So if the excuse is that the woman is the problem and that her standards are too high, if she's a total babe, it makes no difference to her whether she dates you or not. And if she did, are you really the guy that she would stick around with? Now, before I show you the solution, please really reflect on that. Are you in your current state the guy that is high value and worth her time and worth investing her future in? And if these high quality, high value, beautiful women aren't interested in you, is it their fault or is it yours? And that might sound harsh, but it's a reality. So I'm sorry if that kicks you in the nuts, but we're gonna move forward here and I'm gonna give you the solution. And the next question, are the women in those videos really the women that you're looking for? And I know immediately as a man you might say, heck yeah, because some of the girls in those videos are, like physically very, very attractive. But honestly, they are low quality, unintelligent women with absolutely no values. That probably sounds harsh too, but it's true. And no, they are not who you are looking for. You are looking for your queen, and she must have the value of a queen. She must have the value matching to the value of a warrior king. The women in those videos probably spend their weekends with crypto kings just to get an Instagram picture in an infinity pool. That is not who you're looking for. So you see these high standards that women have, and there's this whole thing going around about it, and you think that dating is hopeless, finding a woman is hopeless, finding a future wife is hopeless. So you don't make $200K a year. That's irrelevant. And I'm going to show you exactly why that's irrelevant right after this quick ad break. If you're looking for more in-depth dating advice that's more comprehensive and structured, you can pick up a copy of my book, Warrior King: Unlocking Masculinity, Manliness, and the Warrior Spirit Within. It's a 7-level course of self-discovery that will help you unlock your potential and dominate in life and learn how to reign as a warrior king and totally awesome dude. In this course, one of the 7 levels is the lover, and it goes in depth on dating, relationships, courting women, and all of that. One of the sections in here is the cautious yet confident single man, and talks about how to approach dating in these crazy uncertain times where society has made all of these twisted crazy beliefs on relationships between men and women. I'm not going to go too much into depth about that, but you know exactly what I'm talking about, especially if you're struggling with dating and finding a woman. So again, it's called Warrior King: Unlocking Masculinity, Manliness, and the Warrior Spirit Within. You can get it right now at Amazon in ebook or paperback, or you can find a link for it at michaelriggswrites.com. So how do you prove that you're a high value man and that you're going somewhere in life even when you can't prove it yet, and ultimately get her attention? Which brings me to one of the most mind-blowing revelations that I ever had when I was dating, and it goes like this. Busy equals value. You have to make it clear that you have ambition and purpose and that you are pursuing it constantly. Now, despite society telling us the opposite, women want strong providers. And that's one of the reasons that the standard seems so high. And many women, while they're speaking against that point, whether they know it or not, it's absolutely true. Women need strong providers and strong men who will provide a great future for them. This is innate. If this wasn't innate, humanity would not have survived. Busy equals value. You have to show constantly that you are ambitious, that you are driven, and that you are going somewhere, and that she has the opportunity to either come with you or not. Because if you're not busy and you're not busy providing value, that probably means that you're not going to be busy providing for her someday. And at that point, if she has any notion at all that you are a lazy slob with no ambition and no vision for the future, you are immediately just not a prospective mate. So when you speak to women, you have to make it very clear that you are going places, that you're tied up, that you're busy, that you don't have a lot of time, and not in a douchey or boastful way either. You don't want to be like Andrew Tate and just bark about how awesome you are. That's very unattractive to women. You know, being boastful and loud and rude like that would probably turn women off quicker than you being a lazy slob, honestly. So it has to come off naturally and conversationally. And you don't want to talk about yourself all the time. That's another turn off. There has to be a balance, but you have to make it clear in some way conversationally that you are ambitious, that you have drive, that you have a vision for a future, that you're going places, and in turn, she will want to be a part of this adventure eventually. There was one point in time when I was dating my wife where she started canceling plans a lot because she got busy herself. So we would make plans and it would get to either the day before or the day of those plans taking place. She would say, sorry, I forgot I had to do this other thing, things like that. And I had full opportunity to get mad and whine like a little baby boy, but I didn't. What I did was I said, that's okay, I have so much to do anyways. That's okay, I have this other thing to do with so-and-so. And in this way, eventually she valued my time a lot more, because if I was just open and available to her all the time, and if I got mad and whined like a little baby every time that we couldn't hang out, she probably would have started to see that I have no value, that I'm not going anywhere, that I have nothing to do. And in so doing, if I never have anything to do, that means that I'm not busy providing for her someday. You understand what I'm saying? So there's definitely a balance to find when it comes to I'm busy and I'm busy providing value, I'm ambitious, I'm going places, and you can either come with me or not. And that's exactly what I told my wife at the time when too many plans were canceled. I told her, listen, I have so much going on for me right now. I'm on my way up. Either you're with me or you're not. And clearly she was with me. When she saw my ambition, my drive, my dreams, and all that, this beautiful, beautiful woman believed in me and came with me on that adventure. And she's believed in me and supported me ever since with any endeavor that I've ever had, because she believes in that future and she knows where we're going. And she knows based on proven experience that this whole life is super awesome and a super awesome adventure. And I've made it my absolute mission to prove that to her and to do that for her. All right. So when you are meeting women, if it's in a public scenario, let's say, which if you've read Warrior King, you know that that's not my absolute recommended place to find women. I'm not really a big fan of approaching strangers in public and thinking that they're going to be your future girlfriend and all that. Some guys have a talent for that, but it's like 10 times out of 10 not where you're going to find your future wife. But I know that many young men are very active in their social lives, so for advice sake, I'm going to address this. And this might sound crazy, but you need to ditch your friends. When you're going to that party or you're going to that club or you're going to that restaurant or event or wherever you're meeting up, you need to meet up. You don't want to ride with your friends. You don't want to show up with your friends. Because more often than not, you guys walk in thinking you look like a Premier League team and a group of suave hot guys, and what you really look like is a group of traffickers, and it creeps women out. So you have better luck, honestly, just saying, I'll meet you guys there, drive your own car. You're not going to ride 7 guys in your best friend's Mini Cooper. You're going to show up on your own as an independent man. And when you get there, you're going to show that you are busy, you can't stay long, and that you have other things to do. So you got to split real soon. Not only is this going to show the women in the room that you are an independent, ambitious man who's going places and not just a young boy who's hanging out with a group of guys all the time, but it's going to give you more confidence as well as an independent man, as a confident man, to show up on your own, that you don't need a group of guys at your side. And you're not just going to go in there and act like you're busy and you have places to be. I want you to be busy and have places to be. I want you to have ambition. I want you to have drive. I want you to have a vision for the future. I want all of those things to be true so that when you show up and you are that person, it's authentic and real. You can't wait to get back and get to work. I mean, that's going to be more attractive than anything, honestly. And I'm going to say again, busy equals value, and women find that extremely attractive. If you're busy, if you're going places, if you have somewhere else to be, that means once again that you have ambition and that you're a provider and could be a provider for her someday. Even if it's innate, even if she doesn't even realize that she's attracted to you for that reason, she is. Trust me, busy equals value. And if you happen to meet a beautiful woman and you have a conversation with her, once again, you have to show her that you are busy and that you have value. You have to bring it up casually, conversationally. You might even leave suddenly and say, I'm so sorry, it was so nice to meet you, but I have to go because I have to do X, Y, and Z, and tomorrow's just going to be a crazy early morning getting right back to work, and if I don't get all of these things done, I won't be prepared for the crazy morning that I'm gonna have. You know, something along those lines, like, I gotta get back to work, it was so lovely to meet you, whatever you have to say. There's gonna be a part 2 and a part 3 to this where I get more into how to attract women, you know, like physically and with speech and with magnetism and things like that. But basically, you're going to give the impression that you are busy, you can't stay long, and it was wonderful to meet her. And what you will get in return from this is, if you ever see her again, she's gonna know that you are that busy, high value, handsome guy that she met before, and she probably thought about you several times since then, especially if you charmed her and you have already shown your value. You have already shown that you are busy, and like I said, busy equals value, and that planted a seed that shows that you are valuable. And let's say that you're not making $200K a year like these women in these videos say is their standard. Well, that's irrelevant at that point, especially if you prove that you are ambitious and that you're going somewhere and that you have a future. She's gonna believe in that 200K or even more than that, especially if you're proving that you're on your way there, and especially if you are on your way there. This is very, very important. Like I said, women have been taught their value. They've been taught that they're precious. They've been taught that they're beautiful. And because of that, their standards are high, or seem really, really high. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. They should have value for themselves. They shouldn't settle for a low-level loser who's going nowhere in life. If she's not settling for that low-level loser who's going nowhere in life, that is not her fault. She should be looking for a strong man, a strong provider, someone with ambition and drive who's going somewhere in life and has a vision for a future that he wants to share with her. Now let's back up for a minute. You might have thought to yourself, oh, what if I never see you again? Well, if you are busy and you are busy being valuable and you're busy providing value to the world and you're busy building a future for yourself and you're busy meeting other women all the time, you probably won't even notice. And if you've read Warrior King, I'm someone who believes in true love. I believe true love still exists. I believe that soulmates still exist. So if she's the one, you will see her again. And like I said, you've already proven your value. You've already proven that you're going places. And that is extremely, extremely attractive to women, because women want to go places. Women want to be on an adventure. John Eldridge says in his book Wild at Heart that women don't want to be the adventure. They want to be caught up in something much greater than themselves. So if you don't have monetary value yet and you can't prove that yet, you have to prove that you are on your way there. You have to prove that someday you will be there. You have to prove that you have dreams that you believe in, and you have to show that those dreams are real and that she can share them with you. So while the standard might be he has to make $200K 200K, you have to prove that your standard is 200K, and you're not going to stop until you're there. You're on your way working on that. You're on your way pushing for that. And not just to impress her, you're doing it for yourself. You want the best for your life. You want to be the best version of yourself possible. You want to have the best future possible. You want to follow your dreams. As soon as you start valuing yourself higher, you will thrive and you will be confident, and those limiting beliefs and all of those lies that you're hearing will be completely irrelevant, because you are that high quality, high value man, and you've done the work, you've put in the work to get there. Don't buy the lie that being average is good enough and that it's women's fault that they aren't attracted to you. It's simply not true. So you must get to work leveling up now, and you must get to work showing that you are busy, that you're providing value, and that someday you can provide for a beautiful, wonderful, awesome, high value woman. Now, earlier I mentioned ditching your friends and showing up on your own and being more independent and kind of separating from the pack. And I'm in no way saying get rid of your friends or stop hanging out with them. And they might be offended that you want to drive on your own and separate from the pack, but that kind of just comes with pursuing better things in your life. When I started leveling up my life, I lost all kinds of friends. They just dropped off because we just weren't at the same level anymore. And I know that that can be scary, and it can give you uncertainty, and it can make you feel like you're doing the wrong thing. And some of those guys might try to pull you back down to their level, which is another thing that comes with pursuing greatness. But if you're pursuing greatness, and if you're trying to make your way to the top and be the best version of yourself possible in your life, there's no way that you can afford to be just one of the guys anymore, doing nothing all the time. Like, you have to separate eventually and be a bit more independent and focus on you and leveling up your life and doing all the right things that you know you need to be doing. So you do need to just separate from the pack a bit, be a bit more independent, and like I said, that will be attractive to women, way less creepy, and it will give you more confidence overall. So definitely don't just get rid of your friends or be an asshole to them. Definitely still be friends with your friends. What I'm saying is that busy man, ambitious man, independent, show up on your own, can't stay long mentality, and actually being busy that you can't stay long, that's going to give you confidence. It's going to give you higher value to women and overall level up your overall game in presenting yourself as a professional, ambitious, driven person. And other men will always be offended by your pursuit of greatness because it makes them feel better for their lack in inadequacy. And you definitely can't let that hold you back. Like, you have to strive for greatness no matter what the opinions of other people are, no matter how much they try to guilt or shame you or pull you back down. You have to push past that and pursue greatness. And if they're not along for the ride, just like that girl, then they're not along for the ride. Like, you got good things going for you and you're going for them, and they can either come with you or they can stay behind. And that's just the hard truth. And like I said, lesser men will always be offended by your pursuit of greatness. There are married women in my circle that I can tell aren't even allowed to talk to me because their husbands feel so insecure and inadequate. And they know that I'm driven and that I'm pursuing greatness and that I'm doing things with my life, and they're not. And when they're not around, their wives act completely different. It's like two totally different people. They know that I'm busy and that I have value, and so that offends them. It puts them off, and it makes them feel like they should have a defense up against that. And that condemnation by other men who haven't made the decision to level up their lives and pursue greatness is just something that comes with it. That's why I went off on this little side tangent. So once again, how do you show high value, beautiful women that you are on your way to greatness? Be on your way to greatness. How do you show beautiful, high value women that you're busy when busy equals value? Be busy and be valuable. So like I said, this is going to be a 2 or 3 part series on how to attract women in this new and crazy modern world. So definitely subscribe or follow wherever you're getting this content, because we're definitely going to get way more in depth on how to actually attract women with your mannerisms and style and all of those sorts of things. So like I said, I know that there's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now for young men. I mean, when I was a young guy, I had more girlfriends than I can count, and I'm always shocked to hear these days that men, even in their mid-20s, have only been lucky to have 1 or 2 girlfriends. It's just a totally different world that we're living in. So I've acknowledged that. I've taken my own knowledge and experiences and kind of adapted them into this new world. And that's why I wanted to talk about this, because I wanted to give young men, especially young men, more confidence in dating and pursuing women, especially with all these lies around, like women's standards are too high and I'm a loser, so it's her fault and all that kind of stuff. It's just crazy, the content that's out there, and it's instilling limiting beliefs and paradigms into young men that just simply aren't true, and they're going to hold them back from finding that queen and that future wife. So this is something that I definitely want to make a part of my mission here on the Warrior King podcast and in my speaking endeavors in the future. I think that it's very important. I definitely hope that this episode inspired you, and if it did, definitely share it. I hope that this gives you more confidence moving forward. Know that busy is value. Know that you are valuable. Know that you're going places. Know that you have big dreams. Be that busy, valuable man and show that to women. And like I said, it's one of the sexiest things in the world to women. It really draws them in. Thank you so so much for watching and listening, guys. Definitely like and subscribe or follow wherever you're getting this content. Warrior King up, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.